Hello, hello, hello. We are live. Are we live? Let me see. I got a little pop up here real quick. Go live. Do I have to push this? Yes. So I think I'm live on Twitter now. A premium account on Twitter is required to create a broadcast. I already hit yes. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this so early on? You make me look unprofessional. I do a good enough job of that all on my own. Thank you very much. Hey, you guys, Pontificators night. We moved it last night. Had some friends come by, got a little congested, got a little busy. So I asked the guys if I could move it to Thursday night, and they said, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So, which worked out good because the Superman trailer dropped. The James Gunn Superman trailer dropped, and yesterday there was a little teaser for the teaser trailer. So there was a teaser trailer for the trailer, which is interesting. Interesting business move. And so we're going to do a deep dive into that. And I thought it would also be fun to talk about our favorite Superman Christmas stories. So that might be a lot of fun. We'll see what the guys have to say, what their picks are, and all that other good stuff. So let me see who's in the chat. We got Catalyst Fall says you're late. I said absolutely not. I am right on time. And we got Stealth X5, a good friend of the show. What's up, brother? We got SF Gaming, and then we got this guy. Who's this guy? Who is this guy? Get tuned in, Ignition Hail. Is that Todd Mulrooney? We got B.A. Turner, Vigilantes Creed, Hell Jabronis. I am a jabroni. Ronan says, yo, Art, what's up? Let's see. SF Gaming says, if I order Oodles of Doodles, how long will it take to ship? It's not closed down, right? It will ship ASAP. ASAP. This book right here, it's done, baby. I could not hold it up. I couldn't do this if it wasn't done. It is done. And the whole campaign, with the exception of a few commissions, is they're actually out. So I think there's 5 orders that haven't gone out yet. So everything else is out. So SF Gaming, if you back Oodles of Doodles tonight, I can guarantee you it will go out tomorrow. So it usually takes a few days to get there. So you could get it before Christmas, possibly. Don't hold me to it. But as long as the order is not complicated, meaning no commissions, just the book, pinups, prints, things like that, then that will work. So yeah, you're right on time, baby. So Leg Kick says, hail Art. Oh, speaking of Oodles, real quick before we get all the guys in here, we got some, but they won't mind me holding them there. Let's see, let's present this. So this is Oodles related. So you guys, I am working on the commissions. So this is one of the commissions. This went out today. So this order went out today. This is the Black Cat commission. So I finished that up and sent it out. So I don't want to say the person's name, but you'll be getting it very, very soon. So yeah, we got that. So Black Cat, and then these are all done. So all the head sketches, the black and white head sketches in the flyleaf are done as well. So and they all went out. So I think there were 3 or 4 of these of just the white headshots. Those are done. They're out. And then there were a couple of the jam black and white headshots. So that's both of them together. And those went out as well. So like I said, you guys, I think there's everything's out with the exception of maybe 5 pieces or 5 orders because of the commissions. And once I get those done, those will go out as well. And since we're talking about Superman, this right here is the first main page. It's the main page of Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. So this is my take on Clark Kent, aka Superman. And this is in the art book as well, you guys. And this is the theme of the program, which is super pooper. And we're going to get in that very soon. So let me come back to you guys, see what's going on. And well, I guess I'll start inviting people in or getting people in, some of my Pontificators brothers. So I hope that helped. SF Gaming looks amazing. Yep, it's going to happen. Wow, fantastic black cat. Well, thank you so much. Well, without further ado, let's get Mr. Todd, Mel, Rooney, nee. What's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? It's going good, man. It's good to see your face.
Thank you. I got a good face, so it's good to see you.
That's okay. But it is good to see it. But it's just a face.
Did you have a nice dinner party thingy yesterday?
Oh yeah. The best part, like as you get, well, even when you're younger, is hanging out with friends and family. And here in Texas, not a whole lot of family, but even in California, I mean, the T-Bears are a small clan, so there's not a lot of us. So friends are pretty much family for us. So it was a blast. How about yourself?
So far, everything's going well. Ready for Christmas, pretty much. So, onward and upward, right?
Are you, excuse me, are you close to is your family in the same area?
Yeah, I was born and raised here, and everyone pretty much is here.
So are your parents still around?
My father is still around, yeah. He's in like a place for a memory assist.
Okay, all right. So
be a Debbie Downer or anything, but he's doing all right. I mean, healthy.
Yeah, who's the big household then? Who's the one that has the Mulrooney Christmas shindig? Is it you guys?
It used to be my oldest sister, and we still get along and talk. But our middle sister, kind of, I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah. No, I have a family similar, but I don't know for good or bad. Most of them are gone, so we don't really have to deal with their drama anymore. So
that's the real thing. It was like dealing with drama, And
yeah.
My sister had a time machine, and she'd always get in it and go back to all the little things that you did. It's just, wow.
It is what it is. I mean, everybody does what they can do, and sometimes you can't do much, but just kind of forgive and move on. And so like for us in California, once my parents passed on, we were the family. So my wife would put Christmas together, Easter together, Thanksgiving together, and then my brother and his wife would try as much as they could, but like I said, everything just kind of kept getting smaller and smaller. So really, my only connection is my only real family is my daughter in California, and then my brother and his wife and their son. So that's pretty much it.
Well, my mother passed away a few years ago, like 6-7 years ago, and since then it's changed.
Yeah.
So everything is everything hinged on her. So if she wasn't doing it herself, which eventually she couldn't do it at her house, but she was involved in it, in sort of orchestrating it at other people's houses, at my sister's or whatever.
Right. But she was involved. Yeah. That's kind of how my family was as well, and I didn't mind, us being the go-to or surrogates for my mom and dad. It was a lot of fun. Pamela knows how to throw a party. I mean, we had 2 parties here so far, and holy shit, Todd, that woman can cook. She can put a party together, and on top of that, I've never experienced this before. There were no leftovers.
Wow.
The last party we had, there were no leftovers. There was just like a little piece of chicken and some what is it called? It's kind of that it looks like rice, but it's pasta. I forget what it's called. We had a little bit, like a couple scoops of that, but that's pretty much it. There were no, you know how you always pack up your friends like, oh, here, you can take some food home with you. There was none of that, man. It was all done at the moment. The dessert, salad, main course, everything. It was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, had a good time, met some new people. It's always fun meeting new people. And I think we're all going to hang out again very, very soon, probably a day before Christmas or Christmas Day, I think, because there's a whole church thing. There's a whole church thing that's going to happen. So we're all going to hang out. Yeah. So, you know, it's good. I mean, things keep moving forward. And yeah, so did all my Christmas shopping. You get your Christmas shopping done?
No, but
what?
Most of it, yeah. I anything personally I need to do I haven't done yet.
Oh my gosh! So your wife is always the last one you buy for, right? Is she there? She can hear, right?
She's there. You're talking too loud. Shh.
Well, I'm sorry. You don't have to answer it, you know. This isn't a court of law. This isn't, you know, the third degree. This isn't, you know, Perry Mason.
So, or is it just me and you?
It looks like it.
Really?
I don't know, man. I put up the Pontificator's bat light.
Oh, wow.
And did anybody say anything? Did anybody say they weren't going to show? I know Rob said he can't show, but you know what? I never count on Rob because, quite frankly, Rob is unpredictable. But I think Clint and I think Bob said he could. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know where they're at, but you know what? We can. So do you have a favorite Superman like Christmas story? Do you have
somewhere in the back of my mind? Somewhere in the back of my mind, I remember a Garcia Lopez story.
Ooh.
Do you remember that?
It's starting to ring a bell. Keep going.
It just was like, you know, I think it was one of those things where it was in a bigger or thicker book. And so I gravitated towards some of those type of things.
Was it the Treasury size?
No, I don't mean the size-wise. It was just thicker. Maybe there was multiple stories in there.
Okay. All right. Well, Bob's a historian. You know, he knows way more than you do, Todd.
Oh, shit. Don't put me on spot like that, man. What are you talking about?
It was a Garcia Lopez Superman Christmas story. Does that ring a...
I think he ended up delivering the gifts for Santa.
He always does in all those DC stories.
Right.
Wasn't there another one where like him and Batman rescued him and like you talking about the Superstar Holiday Special?
Ooh.
It had five different stories in it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think the Superman special was all Garcia Lopez though.
No,
yeah, he's not saying that. But there was
he's got the cover. He did the cover. I've tried to hunt down as much Garcia Lopez stuff as I can through the years.
Yeah,
it's real. It's real sporadic. It's real like peppered through. You've got some Legion of Superheroes. You got the Superman team ups. What do they call them? The DC Presents specials. My favorite is Superman and Adam Strange, and like Superman pushes a planet at the end to
yeah, there it is. That was
That's the cover for sure.
Yeah, that's the
I think there's another cover with a big Christmas tree though, but like he had done a few of those.
The one that I always remember from my childhood, and it's like DC iconic, it's the Santa sleigh, right? And Superman is like holding it up or something. He's helping it fly.
Oh yeah. But it's like a perspective shot with him underneath. Yeah.
Right. I think that is one of the Treasury size.
I think they found the one you're talking about, Art.
Dun, dun,
I like the shirt. Yeah, right.
Here.
I like that Clint's got to kind of keep moving it around so you can.
So like, I'm going to throw a quick little thing in here about homages and stealing from other artists that have been successful pertaining to the Superman trailer today. And I'm going to only mention now because I'm going to forget about it. That guitar riff is obviously a play on the John Williams, or is it John Williams Superman?
Yeah.
But if you listen to the first few chords, listen to how much it sounds like Maverick Top Gun from 3 years ago. That was a massive hit. Listen to those first guitar riffs. It sounds exactly like the Top Gun Maverick movie, which was a massive hit. And then once you get into the dun, 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 but that guitar riff sounds exactly like that. I don't think that was on accident either.
Yeah, probably not. I found the cover. If I can open with, yes, there we go.
You know what? There was only there's something that really bugged me about the trailer. By the way.
Well, we'll get into it. We'll get into it in a minute.
You hated the dog, didn't you, Todd? You hate
no.
I
got an order. We're going to get into this. I just want to.
I'm just here to fuck shit up.
Yeah, you guys can't wait to get into. No, it's good. It's good to have enthusiasm. It's all good, man.
Enthusiasms.
But here, shut up.
You know what that's from?
Here's the cover.
Oh, that one. I think there's another one. I think there's a more perspective shot.
Well, Bob found one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not Garcia Lopez, though.
No.
Yeah, There is a Jose Lopez one where it's a perspective shot going away with Superman holding up the Santa's sleigh. For sure there is. Somebody break out their Google foo.
Okay. Well, I wanted to kind of do this in order. So what I did is there was a trailer before the trailer. So I'm going to play that, and then we can comment on that, and then go into the one that dropped today. So this one right here dropped yesterday, and I've never really seen a trailer before.
They are on the hype train is rolling along.
Yeah, they're pushing this thing really hard because the simple fact of the matter is, if this movie doesn't do well, that's the end.
They need this movie to do well, and they needed to spin off into they need their own MCU.
Yeah.
Right. Can you guys see this? This is this is James Gunn's Twitter post. I'll make the this big. It doesn't take long.
Okay, see how it said from James Gunn there?
Right.
Okay, keep going.
Have you noticed the typeface too? That's the Christopher Reeve Superman typeface.
It's the typeface, the font is the original Superman movie's font.
Yeah,
right.
And this is the Williams score. It's just slowed down.
Oh yeah, they're just tweaking it, but yeah, it's the Williams score.
Okay, so let's watch it again.
Look up is their "You Will Believe a Man Can Fly" is their look up now.
Yeah, but it was done. To be honest, it was done in the Brandon Routh movie too. I mean, it's kind of Superman.
There's plenty of stuff that is stealing from other stuff in these trailers. Definitely.
And why not? Use what works.
Yeah, if it works, it works. Yeah.
If it works, it works exactly.
I like that this is a globe on like a globe, like it's on the little axis.
Yeah.
And it spins.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. I like the art direction a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is iconic already, like the Daily Planet building.
Yeah.
I like the way it looks. So there's Lois, and that's Kat. What's her full name?
Grant.
Is that, and then there's Jimmy Olsen, right? The three in the foreground.
God, I'm forgetting all their names. And like Jeff Johns on his run with Gary Frank, they brought all of the classic of those characters back, and they use like Cat, and I can't think of her last name either.
Cat Grant.
Cat Grant. They made her look exactly like, and Gary Frank was homaging other older comics too, so it was kind of cool. Like they're using a lot of like classic comic book iconography of older issues or older love, like, you know, Lois being maybe jealous of Cat Grant because she's throwing herself at Clark, but that stuff goes way back to the 80s and 70s. So
yeah, I don't know if there's something to it, but both characters have their arms crossed. I always look for some kind of symbolism.
yeah,
you know, and it's just kind of
look at the shirts on the guys. They're trying to do a very retro, like like they're not trying to lock this into a time period while still making it look modern. Because those shirts look like straight out of the 70s.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Yeah, tucked in shirts. I mean, guys don't really tuck in their shirts anymore. Unless you're Donald Trump when he was showing off his new haircut. I was like, dude, why are you tucking in your shirt? That's weird.
Cat's got that 80s hairdo as well, man.
They're trying to make it a little bit timeless, where they're giving you stuff from the modern era but throwing in older stuff, and like they're trying to make it like kind of, it could be any era kind of.
Well, thing. I think that's smart because then it becomes timeless.
Yes.
I think that's why Tim Burton's first Batman really worked on multiple levels, because it wasn't like a world that you could relate to. It wasn't our world, you know? So I think the more you can do that, the more these things become timeless, unless there's something in there that completely, you know, ages it or, you know, throws it off. But so far, I haven't seen anything like that. But
Ronan is right. Ronan is right. Cleavage is timeless.
Yeah. Now, the only thing I will say is, like, I hope they don't lean into that too hard, because after the first two movies for the Batman series, then that retro look started kind of getting a little ridiculous.
But also it didn't feel authentic anymore. I mean, it was ridiculous.
It felt like a comic book the first time.
Yeah, but this actress that plays Lois, she was in that Miss Maisel. She's really good.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
She looks the part, and like just the little bit I know about her, I think she's gonna pull off it. You need a strong Lois with Superman, and I think she looks the part.
The only thing that I worry about is that rumor that the movie is very centered around her.
Oh, okay.
And if that's the case, because you got to remember, one of the people that was helping Gunn write this script was Tom King, and Tom King loves his mommies.
Where does that come? Where do you get that? What do you mean?
What Tom King?
Yeah,
dude. That's every freaking comic he does. The main hero ends up playing second fiddle to the female lead.
Well, we'll see. I mean, she is.
Huh?
He writes Nightwing.
No. I'm talking when he did his Batman run. With the way that his Batman run ended, it was the whole thing where Catwoman basically saves Bruce. He did the same thing. He did the same thing with Heroes in Crisis. He did the same thing with crap. Why is my brain taking a crap on me right now? Big Barda's husband.
Mr. Miracle.
Mr. Miracle, the Mr. Miracle series that he did.
Yeah.
Tom King does that with every single friggin' book he does.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I haven't read his stuff, but I haven't heard anything good about it either.
Yeah.
Adam Strange, he did the same thing.
Yeah, Lois is in the trailer a lot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like when I look at this looks just like it could be a panel from the Gary Frank, Jeff Johns run on Superman. I mean, it looks almost identical. I wonder if the donut scene's going to be in there.
The Cat Grant stuff with the donut. Like the Cat Grant stuff makes me think so much of Jeff Johns and Gary Frank's Superman run.
Yeah, because it's memorable.
They brought her to life.
Yeah. And to be fair,
she sticks her finger when she sticks her finger in the donut hole, right? Doesn't she do something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you want to tell me?
But yeah, this is.
Todd's like, what do you want, Tom?
Oh,
I think he's talking to somebody else. I thought he was talking about the donut.
Oh, okay. But this is, there's phones. Contemporary. I don't know who any of these characters are that they keep cutting to.
I think this is just like them reacting to something.
Is his brother in this?
Yeah, like multiple.
Sean Gunn.
characters.
Yeah, he's Max Lord, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, Sean Gunn is Maxwell Lord.
There's no way between Fillion playing Guy Gardner and his brother playing Max Lord that there isn't a Justice League movie based off the Keith Giffen run.
Oh, dude, there's literally they've got friggin'
That'll be the next movie
I
that's
mean,
announced.
you've got Hawk Girl, you've got Guy Gardner, you've got Maxwell Lord, you got Mr. Terrific, you got Metamorpho, you got Rick Flag.
Yeah, to do the D. Matthias and Keith Giffen Justice League riff, but I want to know who are these guys because they keep cutting.
I think that whole slate there are people that were working on the movie and they just threw them into the teaser trailer.
That's what it looks like.
Look at that tent and the way they're dressed. That's the way.
Well, there's also
the movie set dress.
Yeah,
there's also that scene like you see in the trailer where it's like they're like out reporting on a bunch of refugees that are being attacked or something like that.
Oh God, I hope not.
But it's like in like the Middle East or something like that.
But this looks more like people working on a movie set under like some big canopy tent.
Yeah.
But then there's also a character from The Authority in this, the engineer.
Well, let's look into everything. Okay, so this is the teaser for the trailer, you guys. So, I think it was interesting when I saw that yesterday. I was kind of like, okay, possibly. I think the shot inside the Daily Planet was pretty good. I thought those characters were good. That's really all they give you, and then some speed shots of Superman flying. So. Do you guys have anything to add on that, or do you want to just get into the meat and potatoes of the trailer that dropped today?
I mean, just from that little teaser of the teaser, I mean, they don't really give a lot away.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of meat on that bone. But the one thing I will say, there's a couple of things that I'm really positive about this thing. One, it's bright, it's not dark, it's not dingy, like and here's the thing, I loved Henry Cavill as Superman. Okay, he was the best part of that whole gun universe thing. I mean, the whole what's his name, not Scott Snyder,
Zack Snyder.
He was the best thing about that whole thing, but darkening everything up was a bad idea. That's not who Superman is. This, it's brighter. It's, that's a really positive thing. That's one of the best things that's come out of this so far.
Right. I mean, the tone is right. I always say, like, if you get the tone right, that is like one of the most important things.
That's 50% of it.
Yeah, and if you can set up the tone, then that's a lot of heavy lifting, and it looks like they have done that. I'm just going to get into this other trailer. The one that dropped today, because
it's a good
hard.
trailer.
Like we all want to just jump all over this
It did its job. It got people talking.
It did its job, exactly.
Oh yeah, it sure as hell did. Let me see. Is this it? Yes. Okay. Oh, it's already playing. This is also James Gunn's X account. So could you guys hear the other trailer pretty good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that sounded good.
Okay. All right. I do have to say right off the bat, this was a good way to introduce the character, because in lieu of an origin story, this kind of already sets it up. Like he falls to Earth. You know what I mean? From somewhere else.
And one of the things that everybody's been was like, why do they always like redoing his origin? Just we already know the story. Let's get into the meat of things.
Well,
I don't think they do retell the origin, do they?
No, that's one of the things I think is got going for this movie.
Oh
and
yes.
both of the things you mentioned, but then the third thing is like, how can you? Superman's the most powerful thing ever. Like, how can you like tell? Like, why is there any risk? Or like right away they established there's risk for Superman.
Yeah, he's gonna get his ass kicked.
Yeah, there's risk for Superman.
And the thing is, the only thing that I think they missed an opportunity. I mean, it really depends on the fight and how far he fell. But I wanted a major crater here. You know what I mean?
That's the thing that bothered me is like, why isn't there a bigger crater for Superman hitting the way he did? But
yeah,
whatever.
Exactly.
I can deal with it. But nitpicking.
Yeah, exactly. But like you said, when you guys said the colors and the tone is pretty good. Like
and the trunks, dude.
Yeah,
the trunks.
Because that's something that actually the actor he talked Gunn into doing that.
Okay, there's like muffled like pain sounds. I don't know if you guys could hear
the
it.
wheezing is.
It's kind of gut wrenching. It's a subtle thing, but it's there.
Oh yeah.
And I've heard some people say like he's got the stupid haircut, but I think the whole point is to try to disguise this guy so you don't.
But
you don't
that
think this guy is Superman.
20-year-old kids right now, 25-year-old kids that are popular and have 1 million followers on TikTok. Guess what they have? They've got that hairdo.
Yeah, my brother's my brother's kids got this haircut too.
50-year-old guys don't have that hairdo. 20 to 25-year-old guys do have that hairdo, and it's just one of those things.
My favorite thing about this shot though is like he is like almost 2 heads taller than the tallest guy in this crowd scene. It's like, holy shit, that's a big dude.
Yup.
Like, I think what I would have tried to do if you're trying to make him like he's the everyman is maybe get some bigger actors as extras.
Yeah, he should look like well, the thing is, Superman is supposed to be a big guy though. And I like the fact that they're trying to make him look like he's trying to look like a normal person in the middle of like not being a normal person.
No, you misunderstand me. I'm saying to blend in with the crowd, to like hide his secret identity. Not like that Superman shouldn't be a big guy. Yeah, Superman should be a big guy.
Well, I think that's why they did it like this. They want to show that he's Superman trying to
but
hide.
This isn't Superman though. That's my point.
He's trying. He's supposed to be trying to hide his Clark Kent. Watch
right.
when he gets into the office.
Like
watch when he hunkers down when he gets into the office.
Yeah, we shrugs his shoulders. Yeah.
Do the Chris Reeves thing because it's very effective and it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I love him jostling between the people here.
You hear the wheezing as the overdub.
Oh
yeah. So I think it's pretty good. It's kind of like he's thinking back, like, how did I get here? Maybe I don't know.
His life's flashing before his eyes. Yeah.
But man, this Daily Planet is very successful. They got Planet.
I was going to say, man,
and everything
for a newspaper, they're doing really well
anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so we get our first close up. So you get the.
This is brutal.
The whole side of his face is bruised. His jaw and his neck.
His neck is. Yeah.
I like the colors in the suit. I like the like I said, I like the fact he's got the trunks. I still not sold on the looser suit. I definitely don't like the piping.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that Jim Lee suit.
Yeah, because the thing is, when it's moving, you probably won't notice the weird folds as much. But when it's stopped like this, where the arm, the shoulder kind of connects into the pec, there's kind of an awkward fold there that doesn't look that cool. So it is what it is. I think Gunn was disingenuous where he said that's just, it's going to be all fixed in digital or whatever. But I don't think it's going to be.
I don't think so either.
It is, yeah.
And like there's a scene where he's flying. You can see that his boots are loose.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, some of this stuff will transcend. Like if it's done very well, it'll transcend. But I just don't understand why you would do it to begin with when there's material and there's fabrics that will be more form-fitting, I could have done without the spit and the blood though, but
it really reiterates how much Superman got his ass kicked.
yeah.
And then the first thing it does is pop into your head, who did this to Superman? So you already have a question in your head, and everybody loves a mystery. It's like, how did Superman get his ass beat this bad?
Exactly.
Now you have to wait till July whatever next year. It's like, who did this to Superman? So people love a mystery.
Yeah, and they kind of hint at things, but they don't really show anything other than, I mean, there is, just spoiler alert, there is a giant monster that they show later in it. So that
thing looks
do this
terrible.
kind of, that could do this kind of damage, but
I don't think
it's going to be that thing. Yeah.
See, that's Top Gun, the Top Gun guitar riff. Right?
Yeah,
it sounds like someone like playing like a hard like heavy metal riff to the Williams score.
No, that's what it is.
The thing that bugs me is it's not even good guitar playing. Like, it's just kind of just straight power chords, and I don't know. It's kind of uninteresting for me. I don't know if I like it or not. You know what I mean? It does build up, and they do get, you know, an orchestrated accompaniment on the guitar. But other than that,
go listen to the Top Gun Maverick trailers before that movie came out, and it sounds almost identical to this.
I actually have that. I actually have the updated Top Gun theme in my rotation for my workout, my gym mix.
It sounds very, very close.
Yeah. Okay, Lois.
I do wish that she didn't look quite so frumpy.
You're gonna get a frumpy Lois. Lois is gonna be a feminist.
I hope they don't play it up too much.
They're not gonna give you. There's never, like, the closest we've ever gotten to a hot Lois is Erica Durant's.
Yeah.
And like, that show was CW, and like every girl had to be like a cutie. Like, that's not going to be the movie Lois. That's just, you're not going to get that.
Right. But it's good. Like, you can see she's multitasking. She's got paper under her arm. She's got a marker or a pen in the hand.
Everybody knows who Lois is supposed to be. She looks exactly like who Lois is supposed to be.
Yeah. Exactly.
I said, I like it. Like, this look wouldn't be bad if she's like just coming off of an assignment or something. Like,
well,
she's
she
out
probably is. She's at work, you know.
Yeah.
She's not a night on the town. What they could do to give you like a different take on her is that she goes undercover, or she goes to a high society party, so you get to see her like in a killer dress or something.
Danky said she's dressed like Han Solo.
She is, actually. That's funny. Yeah, I think it's weird that there's newspapers too. Like, I think maybe it was Clint, or was it you, Bob, that said, like, it looks like it's eclectic time wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's these big screens.
Yeah, like look at
everybody's got newspapers. It's like nobody reads newspapers anymore.
Look in the back. You see the file cabinets, like the old style filing cabinets.
Yeah, they're trying
and then the chick standing in front of him, she's got like a long, like kind of like a 70s kind of skirt.
Kind of skirt with the boots on. Yeah, like, and then the old school lamps and stuff. Like, they're really,
the dude's haircut's got that kind of like
there's a real art aesthetic between what the art team is doing with the looks, the costumery of the characters, people in the background. They're trying to give it like a real kind of like blend of different eras, so that it's not like the timeless look. They want that.
Yeah, and I think it's very effective. Like, one of my favorite things about this is the art direction. And I don't know how, like, I'm a fan of these colors. Like, the lighting on the wall and stuff it's kind of got a blue hue to it. Like, there's colors and there's movement to things. Like, in painting, sometimes, like when you paint an image, you keep like in the center very, very focused and sharp. And then as it goes out to the edges, you fade it out. Color intensity and everything. And if you look at a lot of these shots, they're done like that. Like, especially this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the colors all in the center, and you can see on purpose these overhead lights, they're not even turned on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you kind of look at this, you got like a blue, a gold, and a kind of like a reddish thing going on here.
Yeah,
like
you've got the hot and cold. Yeah, you got the hot, cold colors.
Yeah, you got his colors. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really well done. So let's continue. So there's an attraction. He's like,
This look right here, that look in his eye. I love that look. That probably stood out to me more than any of the special effect things. Is like, what, just kind of that awkward, like, why are you looking at me?
Yeah, why would she be looking at me? Look at her. I don't know where the hell they got this from.
There's a million houses that look like that in the Midwest.
Is there really? Like,
yeah, there really is.
I thought this was supposed to be a farm, though. This doesn't look like a farmhouse to me. I guess I don't really know what a farmhouse is supposed to look like.
Depends on how far the barn and the silos are out away from.
Yeah, I like that kind of visual with the barns and the silos, and I like the tractor truck, to plow the field.
And they got the cows right in the front yard.
Yeah,
I don't know about this dude.
He seems an odd choice. Everybody knows this character actor.
He's a good actor.
Even from the back of his ear, and you can't see his face. Everybody knows this character actor.
Yeah.
He's been in a million things.
Yeah, he was in.
I don't know if he's the greatest choice for Pa Kent, but whatever.
Yeah, he was in that movie Identity, which I really
He played the other version of what's his face.
Well, he played the guy with all the different mental, different personalities.
Yeah,
he was also in.
He's been in a ton of things.
Yeah, he was the drunk guy. He was like the drunk psychic guy in Constantine too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he usually plays somebody that's a little deficient, right, mentally.
Yeah. But like exactly what Apex said. Like Pa Kent's a farmer. Like, he works a lot. Like he shouldn't be a big portly dude.
No, that's not true. There's a lot of portly farmers, but the other thing is like who they portray as Pa Kent isn't making this movie go one way or another for me.
No.
Like this is probably what you see in this trailer is probably half of what he plays in the movie. He's probably in there.
He's not going to be in it very much.
Yeah, I can't imagine he is. And this seems like a flashback too. So
yeah, and again, his name is Pruitt Taylor Vince. By the way, I looked it up.
Oh, he is
a good actor.
And I'm not ripping on him. I'm just saying he seems like an odd choice for Pa Kent, but not a bad choice.
Yeah,
and he's been in so many things. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
You know what the best choice was? What was it? The Smallville. What is that guy from Dukes of Hazzard?
Tom Schneider.
Oh my gosh, that was perfect. And then
got
what's her name from the Superman movie? She played
Annette O'Toole.
She played
Annette O'Toole. Yep.
Yeah, Annette O'Toole.
She played Lana Lang in Superman 3.
That was perfect. That was perfect casting for Mon.
It was good.
Yeah.
That was the best acting that John Snyder ever did.
Yep.
It actually is.
You, man. Dukes of Hazzard rule, Todd.
Hey, the episode where Luke lost his friggin' memory and they made him think he was Boss Hogg's son, and then the conflict, that was friggin' poetry, man.
Well, it looks like that Pa Kent is like beat up. So I'm thinking there was some loss. Maybe they did a switch up and had the mom die.
They have switched it so many damn times now. This whole part of it in the long run doesn't really matter because they've done this so many versions of this. I hope this is like a minute or two in the movie.
Actually, I'd rather they didn't kill either of them.
Right.
At this point, does it matter if the father dies, the mother dies, or if they both die, or it's just skip over it. Superman's going to be Superman. And
well, the thing is, if you want to get the heart and you want to get into like what makes Superman and Clark Kent tick, you kind of have to go back to this to remind people of where he came from, who he was raised by, because then you can get the duality in the character. And if you don't, then it's just you telling people, oh yeah, I was raised on a farm in the Midwest.
It's the whole origin story thing. It's like everybody's seen this in the TV shows and the movies, so many different versions. It's like nobody cares anymore. It's just like noise in the background.
I do agree, but I do think you need context as well. So, I mean, if they can figure out a different way to tell that, that feels unique, then, it could work. But I do think that it is kind of what the heart and soul of Clark Kent is this surroundings raised by these two. And that's why I thought the Zack Snyder stuff failed, because that Pa Kent, holy shit, that dude was morally bankrupt. That was such
the Kevin Costner
If
version.
you have superpowers, never let your dad die in a tornado for no reason.
yeah, it was fucking
was
weird,
such a
man.
They
thing,
ruined
too.
that movie there. They ruined that movie so many different ways.
Because
Yeah, I'll tell you, just to back up and just to agree with you, Clint, that movie would have been better if they didn't make reference to, Clark being raised by Pa Kent. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's so the guitar, I just figured it out. It's fucking cheesy. It's like old school, like Jimi Hendrix playing
you know what it reminds me of?
Mhm.
You remember whenever they would have MTV would like do a Christmas thing, and they would have one of the the big guitarists come in and play the "Oh Say Can You See."
yeah, well, yeah, that's the Jimi Hendrix. Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but it's like that's not like immediately like I just think back to like the MTV Christmas things.
Exactly. It's kind of cheesy, but there is a twist on it because it does pick up.
This is great. As soon as he whistled, I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah, this is the best part right here.
Merch the crap out of this because
I love the
everybody's
fact
gonna be in love with crypto.
I love the fact that like they put that in there because that's how he makes him come whenever he's in the comics. He whistles and he comes.
Yeah,
Because crypto knows his voice.
and he's got the super hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good boy.
Yeah,
That's
you
a good
can
boy
tell-
right there.
You can tell it's a digital dog, but it's still pretty good. Yeah.
It's pretty good. I have a feeling he's gonna steal the whole damn movie.
I just wish
He's already stealing the trailer.
I just wish that
Exactly,
and I know why they went with him because he's a cute dog, but I wish they went with more like the standard, like kind of like a golden retriever, like a white golden retriever.
The
kind
one
of
in
dog
the
he
comic,
uses.
this is kind of a mixed breed runt.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah,
you call
he
him?
looks like a mutt. Yeah.
Either way, it's gonna be fine. And like James Gunn learned a lot from Rocket Raccoon.
Oh God,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. Like Rocket.
This
was
is for the kid.
massive hit. Crypto is gonna be a massive
Yeah,
hit.
this is the
Also-
awe factor. That's what that is.
Oh yeah.
And also the thing is, it's uncharted territory
Oh
for
yeah.
Superman, like theatrical movie, and so that's the shit that they should be doing. Like one of the things that was disappointing about this is that they're still going with Lex Luthor. I'm tired, like you said, Clint, about the origin. I'm tired of Lex Luthor. I want to see Brainiac done, and I want to see Brainiac.
Doesn't seem like Lex is there, but it doesn't seem like Lex is the main villain because there's bigger things going on. There's monsters in the cities. There's glowing orbs in the background. I think they're establishing Lex. I don't think Lex is going to be the main.
I think it's actually going to be it's going to be Brainiac because Alan Tudyk is playing an unnamed character.
Okay.
And Alan Tudyk loves doing like all those CGI'd freaking characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think they'll establish Lex in this movie. I don't think he'll be the main bad guy.
No, yeah. I think Lex is going to be involved. I just don't think he's going to be the guy.
But like Crypto is the star of this whole freaking trailer.
Yeah. Did you see Crypto's tag? It's the emblem, the S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he's got connected to his collar. He has the cape.
He got the cape.
This is like somebody said that this looks this cheesy. They're taking stuff right out of the comics, is what they're doing.
And the thing is they can call it cheesy all they want. The main like we're all hardcore comic book nerds.
Yeah,
we're not the big audience you want to get. We're going to show up no matter what. The big audience that you want to get, the main family audience, they're going to love all of this stuff. So.
Because it's wholesome. Like,
yeah, exactly.
like
This
bringing the
is
dog,
family
bringing the
friendly.
dog in is wholesome, and they're just gonna have to explain it like that. The dog was on the rocket with him or something. Like, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but
If
anyway,
they don't explain it, I'm fine with it.
yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Take me home.
This is fucking genius.
This
I
is a
don't-
great scene. Him
This-
saving the girl is a great scene.
Yeah, I think it's weird that she just kind of la 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 la. You know,
I think it's the
things are
thing just
happening so
lands behind her
fast,
like
though.
out of nowhere.
yeah. So this must be happening just like really fast. But holy shit, this giant foot comes down. And watch this. Oh,
Yeah.
That is a great shot.
It is such an amazing shot.
That's the kind
Holy-
of thing that would happen in the comics too.
That is
Yeah.
so freaking cool. And then there's this profile. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's an amazing shot.
Yeah, that right there is better than anything Zack Snyder was able to do. I'm gonna.
Yep.
This
There's multiple things in this trailer that are better than the last 3 Superman movies.
Yeah, I agree.
The Ruth one, the Cavill one, like just the stuff in this trailer is better than most of the cool shots they try to do in Ruth and Cavill.
Yeah, and
Daddy
the
once
stuff-
said that foot's Rosie O'Donnell's foot.
big thud. I thought that the Brandon Routh, when he brings down the airliner onto the baseball field,
that
is
was
is the
good.
best scene in the movie.
That's the thing that everybody remembers.
But what everybody points out about the Brandon Ruth one, I agree. The airplane scene when he brings it down in the baseball field is a great scene, but Superman never punches anybody in that movie.
right.
Like and that's where it's a little bit on the weak side. There's gonna be characters in here Superman's gonna have to punch, and that's what you need in a Superman movie.
Yeah.
You need
gotta have
people
action.
at Superman's level that are not nice like him.
Well, there's a punch in here that's equally as good as this. It comes later.
And I think Luthor looks like Luthor should look.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
And like the scene that like he obviously he's going to be able to do it where he just looks friggin' furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this mother son of a bitch is screwing with me again.
This
No,
guy's a
is-
really good actor too.
This
This is a
Yeah.
strong looking Luthor, and I think they're just establishing like he is not the main bad guy in this movie. I think, but
I hope you're right, but we'll see.
I think he's involved, but I don't think he's going to be he's definitely not going to be the physical threat.
but he
I think
looks
he's
every
good.
inch of Luthor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's good. I like Luther as the puppet master, kind of like
Yeah.
what's the
Yeah.
Daredevil, the Kingpin.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I like him like that. But this art direction is freaking genius. I love this with the Lex Corp across this bridge that's like a mile high
Yeah.
over Metropolis. This is
Like a
this is
god
cool.
trying to lord over everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. God, it's so cool. I don't know what this James Bond thing is with this like old school revolver.
I
Yeah,
think
the
this is
old
when
school revolver.
the scene later when he's in like the chamber where he's trying to bust out of it. I think this is that, and I think he's going to shoot him with a kryptonite bullet or something.
Okay. This is where the punch is, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's people observing him. I don't know where this is or whatever, but yeah, it looks like they're trying to like cage him or something. So maybe Luther just doesn't understand like the level of his power or something like that, which would be a cool thing to do. Like he traps him and then figures out like he's way stronger than he ever imagined. And then this goes for the
Yeah.
hard.
And this is where this is like the refugee thing that I think that the people in the tent were at.
Really?
Oh,
I think that's what that's supposed to be.
and that gets you a little bit of your international audience too. Is like if Superman's not just for America, Superman's for the whole world.
World,
so.
yeah.
Superman.
And that douchebag, don't throw a can at somebody's head, asshole.
Oh god damn it.
Wait. Let's not go. I let too much play. Okay, so Well, I like the kid's voice because there's a voiceover. That's why I kept letting it play. You hear that kid's voice go into the next scene. So there's some really cool subtle things that are happening in this trailer. And then there's this I hate this scene because these people don't really look angry. And then I don't like the fact that Superman blinks when he gets hit.
I think it's more annoyance.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I don't think he'd feel it at all.
No, he wouldn't. But
well, it's obvious that Luther's going to be like doing something to try to discredit him or something like that.
Right.
And that makes sense. Yeah.
But the other thing that really bothers me in this freaking trailer is that he doesn't smile once.
Yeah.
Luther's behind the fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else bugs me is like what's the spray paint? The blue spray paint all over him. It's weird. It's on the cape. Yeah. It's on his emblem. It's everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird. What is this? It's in another scene too.
I think it's supposed to be like ash or something. I don't know.
But it's the
color's off. Yeah.
Suit. Yeah.
Superman. Well, the thing is, it's got you asking the questions already. Like, what the fuck is Superman going through? Why is he having such a hassle? Why are these people like they're making questions that make you curious for the answers for the movie?
Right. And also, this is not the Daily Planet. Like, he's going into a different building here.
Yeah, this is what's that other place? They actually show the name on here.
It's Stag.
Stag. Yeah, Stag.
Yeah, it's the Metamorpho.
That ties in with Metamorpho.
Yeah, it's the Metamorpho villain, and so this is Stag Enterprises. So it's kind of interesting that he's all beat up, and then he's going to Enterprise right here, which is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but if you think about somebody manufacturing like monsters and stuff like that, Metamorpho, I forget Stag's first name, the guy that kind of was responsible for Simon Stagg. Yeah.
Simon Stagg, yeah.
Yeah. So
but then we get into the good. Oh, and that's a brooding Superman, but we get into Stagg Industries, it says right there.
Yeah.
But then we get to the real star of the trailer and perhaps the star of the whole movie in the DC universe coming up is one of my all-time favorite DC Comics characters. The one, the only Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, baby.
God freaking damn it.
The thing about this is the trailer up to this point is kind of like, oh, this is a legit movie, and then it becomes like, what is that? The Warner Brothers network.
So much better than you could ever imagine. Art is that what you're struggling for?
Yeah, it becomes like WB like fodder right here. And then look at the frumpy.
The uniforms look like shit. Guy looks like shit. And here's the thing, I love Nathan Fillion.
Guy looks awesome.
He looks like, dude, no, he looks like a friggin' goof.
You know what he looks like? He looks like a character, like if there was a character in Dumb and Dumber, like if it was like the Three Stooges, and there were three of them.
I say he looked like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, he just looks like he should be in Dumb and Dumber.
I'm not sure you guys have ever even read comic books.
I know that guy's got the stupid.
I'm not sure you guys
guys
even understand like comic accurate portrayals on the silver screen. Like this is Guy Gardner. He's exuding Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner is an asshole and a douchebag, and he's going to tell you what a prick you are to your face.
But the thing is,
that is exactly what Nathan Fillion looks like.
He's supposed to be a badass, dude.
What's that?
Guy's a badass. He's a tough dude.
Guy is
he looks
a
like
badass in his own way, but Guy is more ass than bad. He's
a dick. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly. Guy Gardner is a dick,
dude. Oh God,
he doesn't look right.
He looks awful.
I think he looks fantastic.
And those uniforms, these uniforms look so bad. Like if Guy was in like his Green Lantern uniform with the vest and shit, he wouldn't look. He'd look a lot better. He would look.
The thing is, though, I think they're trying to tie these characters together as some kind of team because they all have like
story. There's story element to this that we don't know about yet.
Right.
I think they're all on a team working for Stag.
Well, whatever
that might be.
Yeah, whatever it is, it kind of looks like made for TV, and they could have made the hair a little cooler. I mean, they got a good actor.
Guys' hair never looked cool in the comics.
Well,
No,
some artists made it look cooler than others.
But the thing is it's also too long.
Here's the thing that all this tells me is that they're going to do some version of the Keith Giffen Justice League with Guy Gardner with those characters. They might alter it with different characters.
Why do you think
Mr.
that?
Terrific in there or something? But they're going to use elements of that era of Justice League.
Why?
And that's all I need to know.
What's the
all
best
I need
story
to know
in
is
that?
they're going to do a movie version of the Bwahaha Justice League.
What's the best story in that run?
You talk about the Justice
There's
League Europe?
multiple. You can take the first.
They're great individual stories. There's no
40 issues.
There's no
you
great.
can take elements from the first 40 issues and turn that into a movie. Like make one solid bad guy.
Dude,
bring Despero in as the bad guy. Take elements of Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, Martian Manhunter, Guy.
You need a movie that has
Canary, Fire and Ice.
Villain. Give me a good villain in that. Who's a good villain in that?
Despero was the best. You could eventually make Max Lord eventually became a villain, but
you think anyone in the movie going universe knows Despero?
Did anybody know Thanos 10 years ago?
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear that with all the
Despero is a badass too. No, nobody that didn't read Marvel comics knew who the fuck Thanos was 10 years ago. Now everybody knows.
I just want to. I'm still hung up on that. You said, Clint, you were saying like, look at the comics. The hair is accurate. He had a flat top at one point, and he looked way cooler. Guy Gardner did than in this. They chose to make the Mo cut. They chose to do that. They didn't have to do that.
I like the bowl cut Guy Gardner. I like the Guy Gardner who was a prick that shit on everybody.
He's always been a prick since the beginning, since they introduced him in Green Lantern. But the thing is, I just think visually it looks like made for TV. I think Hawkgirl, even though they have that cool shot that we haven't got to where she's flying down,
irrelevant.
I think Hawkgirl. She needs to be a big. She needs to be a big girl.
It's like I reject your reality and substitute my own.
It's horrible.
I love how bad
Guy
Gardner looks. I love it. I absolutely love it.
I like Hawkgirl's helmet. I like the wings. I like the mace. The uniform looks like Hawkgirl.
Shit. The guy who played Hawkman and his costumery in the Shazam movie, I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
What did they do with Hawkman now, bringing him into the DCU? Because that was a badass looking Hawkman.
Well, that was part of the Snyderverse, and it's dead. So.
Yeah, I know it is, but how do you transition that over?
You mean art directionally, like something equally as
well?
Badass.
And also, he was a very very front facing Black actor as Hawkman, so that's another thing to think about, especially with Hollywood.
Well, the thing is, they're starting over, and the whole brand is starting over. So, they've got a new Superman, they got a new Lois, they got all the other cast is new. So I don't know why anybody would get hung up on
the thought crossed my mind. It's they got Hawkgirl in here already. They just had Hawkman in the Shazam movie. So I was kind of that's a little bit of a weird transition there.
Well, I've seen some great AI versions of the Hawkman, Hawk woman's helmet and stuff, and this thing is it looks like made for TV. It really, to me, it just isn't as cool as it should be. But we'll get into that. We'll show what we're talking about here.
The thing is it's clear that they're using this movie to set up a universe.
It's
painfully clear because there's
all the other heroes. I mean, Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Metamorpho. they want to expand to. There's going to be a Justice League movie in the next.
Well, I think it's going to be a JSA.
Yeah. Oh, it could be JSA.
I think it's going to be a JSA movie, and like I said, the only thing that would make me feel even remotely okay with this guy Gardner is if freaking Batman shows up and knocks his ass out with one punch.
Well, don't think that won't be a storyline in the first.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Okay, so the helmet, I think it looks a little funky. The wings look really, really small, but the action is pretty good. They gave her a mace.
The wings, I don't think the wings look too bad. The helmet looks a lot like the helmet she had in the Justice League.
The wings are... So they look tiny. I think the reason they did that is like for the stationary shots, so they can kind of like, they don't look as funky and clunky.
I think she would look a lot better if she was in her armor.
I would have cheated it. I would have made the wings bigger.
The wings could have definitely been bigger for sure.
Because part of the appeal of these characters, the reason they look powerful is the wings. Like if you think about all birds of prey, like what makes them look powerful is the wingspan. So it looks like,
yeah, if you look at her helmet, if you watch the Bruce Timm Justice League cartoons, that helmet's very similar to the one that's in there.
Yeah, but cartoons are limited. Like if you can make a one-off helmet and you can make it as ornate and detailed as you want. So, like cartoons are limited because you got to draw that helmet like a million times.
But I do like the mace. I think the mace is pretty badass.
Yeah, it's not a deal breaker. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but it is kind of like funky TV, just kind of like the guy Gardner.
I really think she would look so much better in her friggin' armor. Dude, the freaking derp face on this monster is just dumb.
That's why I think this is a throwaway. I got a feeling this is kind of a throwaway action scene, and it might set up that Stag Enterprises.
Yeah.
Because of that Metamorpho's in this trailer too, and if they keep with that, Stag makes kind of monsters or has something to do with.
Well, and Portal's got a good point. It's the wings that make them fly. It's the end metal that's in it.
It doesn't matter. It's just a visual.
It would look more impressive if they were bigger.
Yeah, it's just a visual. I mean, to be honest, none of it's real anyway. So, boom! I do like that he just gets blasted, though.
I just like the fact that it's Superman fighting a giant monster in the downtown area of Metropolis,
Yeah.
It's like we've had how many Superman movies and he's never fought any kind of big monster in downtown Metropolis.
Yeah. Eric Boyd, man, dude, I'm not shitting on people being excited for this movie. Like I said, there are things in this that I like. I'm just like, the biggest thing is I don't trust Hollywood anymore, man. I don't trust Hollywood with shit. But
also, I don't think we're overly blasting this movie.
No, we're just looking at things that we're concerned about.
Yeah.
I would say the overall fan reaction is optimistic excitement about what they've seen with this trailer. I think that's the important thing. I think a lot of the fans out there are seeing enough of what they want to see from a Superman movie that everybody is cautiously optimistic. And so I don't think fans necessarily for how many movies have come out. Let's not nitpick this thing to death. Let's give it a chance, and I think that's where that kind of comes from.
Well, I'll tell you from my standpoint, after I saw the trailer, there was a part of me that, and I've been feeling it anyway since the election, I'm kind of tired of just freaking all the negativity. I remember when the Marvel Universe came out, I was inspired. I was excited for this stuff. I thought this was great. And it translated into my work as well, that energy. And then if the tide truly brings all ships up, then if this Superman movie does well, then possibly it will kind of regenerate, some love for these characters, comic books, all that kind of thing. So that's my hope.
Hey.
Yeah, and actually, Dark Shadow, he said we as fans have a reason to nitpick at this point. They have destroyed so many franchises, and we have not had a good Superman movie since Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
It is. It's legit. I mean, we didn't get here just overnight. I mean, it's been a series of fucking kicking you in the face. And there's been a whole, what is it? Is it phase 5 or 4 of the
Yeah.
Marvel universe? It was all bad.
It was all dog shit.
Continuous line
all
of getting
bad.
kicked in the balls.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Here's Miss Marvel. Here is Eternals.
My nuts.
Like, oh, you got the left one and the right one.
And one, and you got the taint all in one.
No, what I mean, Trump win obviously,
Yeah.
but you can see woke. They're trying to fight it, but they are. What is it? The Disney transgender storyline has been taken out of some upcoming
they've lost
Disney
so much
movie.
They've lost so much freaking money.
Fannie, not Fannie Mae. What is her name down there?
Fannie Willis.
Fannie Willis has gotten taken off of the Trump case because she's obviously ethically
Compromised. Yeah.
compromised. Like, you can just see left and right. They try to shove through some big Democratic pork spending bill right before Trump gets elected, and Elon threatened everybody who voted for it, and they shut it down. And then they're trying to spin like, oh, Elon's like trying to take over, and it's like, no, Elon's got Trump's back, and it's like, you guys can try. All of the MSNBC and CNN ratings are like cut by half or less.
Oh, they're in the dog shit, dude.
Yeah, no, woke is dead. Like, we're watching it die in the vine. Like, we've been saying this. CG started what, 2018, 2017?
No,
we all saw this
back in 2015.
That's like 6, 7, 8 years ago. We saw it. We had our eyes open, and like, we've been preaching this, all of us guys, and a lot of us, some more than others, stuck our neck out because we believe in this shit, and it's just coming to fruition. It was just a matter of time, and the world is seeing it now. So I like to get on my. I'm pontificating right now as a pontificator.
Yes, my brother. But the thing is, I don't think Hollywood and this woke stuff would have happened if Trump didn't win. Like, if this didn't shift, I think they would have been doing the same shit for another.
You want to go into the darkest timeline, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the interruption,
Kamala win.
Oh my God!
It's crazy to think about the alternative, and I think that's why he won. And I'm just hoping that the next 4 years will be good. But the thing is, I just want to get back to like looking forward to going to the fucking movie.
Yeah, exactly.
You know I want to go on Disney Plus and watch something like a Star Wars, something that is entertaining and isn't a bunch of like PC this, PC that bullshit.
Lecturing you about how you should be in life.
Right. I just want to be entertained. That's all. I would like life to get back to that because I started thinking about like I think it's just a slow burn of depression because I have nothing to look forward to. You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of cool getting like, oh, some of these Marvel movies. Remember in the day you'd see the trailer and go, oh shit. Like, even stupid Ant-Man 1. Like, you go, oh God, I can't wait to see Ant-Man 1. You know what I mean? Like, before you got burnt, and then even like the bad Iron Man movies or Thor, Dark Realm or whatever it was, even the bad ones weren't that bad.
Like, Dark World was good. Dark World was a decent movie, and it was, but like they had that this summer. Like, Deadpool Wolverine had every bit as much excitement as any of the big Marvel movies. And Disney's, you hope they learn. They're trying to like kind of navigate back towards the middle again because they got so hopelessly off the rails with all the woke bullshit. But there's a tried and true saying, and it holds true today as much as it holds true to when we go woke, go broke.
Yeah.
And guess what? These are companies. They are capitalistic companies in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line is, you don't make money, you get fired.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually it might take longer. It might take longer because of the politics or how entrenched you are, or like who you know or who you have pictures of. But the Kathleen Kennedys of the world, the Ryan Johnsons of the world, like the bell tolls for everyone, and it'll toll for them.
Well, I think it the money wasn't enough. They were already tanking, right? Like all these news outlets and Disney and Warner Bros. All these things. It didn't just happen yesterday.
No.
Like you said, this has been like writing on the wall for almost a decade now. And so the thing is, money wasn't the deciding factor with them, as long as they still had the political clout. So then you realize why they were doing it. They were willing to go and jeopardize their finances, structure these companies, the American way, all these things. They were willing to totally flush down the toilet for whatever this globalist agenda was.
Yeah.
And they were fucking doing it. And why do you have our economy crash the way it is? I mean, what do you think? You got Donald Trump saying America first. Like these people are clearly not thinking about our interests as Americans.
No.
They're not putting that first. They're putting this global thing in front of it. And it hasn't gone away. This evil has not been completely defeated.
No.
It's still lingering. But this could be a nice switch up. And if we can actually show the masses how it should be, if Trump keeps some of those promises, and especially the financial aspects of it, if he can change that, then we might have another 4 years, with JD Vance. And in that case, then I think we can pull ourselves out of that. But I think the longer we're there, the better, because if it just goes back in 4 years, we're just going to have like ping pong.
Well, I really hope they run Kamala in 2020. Kamala, whatever.
Dude, they're talking. What are they talking?
They're not going to.
Hillary,
they're not going to. But God, like, let them do it. Let them do it, man.
She wasn't even their choice to begin with. The only reason they had to go with her is because they didn't want to return the money, because it was all Biden funds.
And the thing is, from what I understand, legally, she was the only one that could, because it had to be somebody that was on the ticket.
That's what I'm saying. That because all that money they would have had to return.
They would have had to give it away.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's get back into the trailer. We're kind of tangenting, but let's see. We still got a little bit of this trailer. We still got the best part, which is the metamorpho. All right, here we go. So we get it. Lois and Clark. I'm not sure.
She looks better in this picture
because you can barely see her.
Well, I just think she doesn't look as frumpy.
Right.
I love the giant glowing ball in the background, just destroying chunks of the city, and he's just taking his time so they can.
I wonder if that's
Brainiac on Lois a little bit more.
So that, like, look at the colors of that, the pinkish purple and the green. I wonder if that's Brainiac, and he's like doing something. They're trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, those are the Brainiac colors. Yeah, but it is still kind of. I mean, this might only go on.
There are a lot of villains that are purple and green. Luther was
purple and green. And
all the Marvel villains were purple and green.
You see the LexCorp soldiers, troopers in here, and they got the purple and the purple and the green. Armor.
Yeah. It's a strange cut. Like they go from that, like leaning into this other kiss.
That's why I'm worried about the whole like
how much are they just making up? Like a good half of the movie is this just making out in their apartment.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I don't know. I don't think so.
Darren,
you don't know yet though, Art. It could be.
I don't know. James Gunn's never been that
I don't know
kind of director. I don't know. This one
that is Robot.
Yeah, I dig Robot. So this is the Fortress of Solitude, right?
I think that's one of the bots, like the bots that run the place.
Well, I want to ask you guys, do you think that's a cape? Like that bot had a cape on?
I think so, yeah.
Look at how emotional look at how emotional this scene is with the robot. It's very
it had to be some kind of tie to Krypton, right? Like that thing
instead of having like the crystal computer thing, maybe that bot is like the thing that was like had all the history and everything to it.
But they've established many superbots in the fortresses of solitude
Yeah.
through the years. So like there's like an established kind of theme for this. So
Right. I like the retro look of the bot.
Yeah.
And I think whoever said, I think it was you, Clint, with the observation of like this kind of timeless like look that they're going with. I like the retro looking bot. Looks like it could be like from the 50s. But the what really bugs me is this blue paint. It's blue. It's not like it's like black or anything, and it's kind of all over.
Well, somebody was saying that it might be the blood from that creature.
Oh,
and I'm wondering if this is like maybe that creature can. You remember he has the menagerie at the Fortress of Solitude?
Right.
Maybe someone broke in and released all that shit or something.
It could be. But they show like it looks like it's kind of building.
Building itself.
So this is Metamorpho, I believe.
Yeah. For sure, Metamorpho.
Yep. Yeah, he is. It's the guy's name's Anthony Kerrigan is playing him.
I'm not sure I like the blue eyes. I guess they wanted to give him some kind of sympathetic look, but I think it'd look better if he had different color eyes or.
But he's the guy that played Victor Zsasz in the Gotham TV series.
Okay. But oh shit! Do you see a building like this? Shit's going to get epic, man.
So this scene is like the destruction and everything. I think is cool, but also this scene just feels kind of static to me.
Well, it's a pullback shot, and there's no context. So yeah.
So I'm thinking there's probably something else that like we just don't see it here. Like this is still post. And there's probably something else going on here.
That they're going to have to watch out for, and Zack Snyder didn't take into consideration, is if that building is full of people, holy fuck. I mean, there's already 2 buildings that are almost completely destroyed. So the body count here would be astronomical. So I don't want to see them go into like that Zack Snyder type of
just destroying entire cities. Yeah, that doesn't ring home with the mass audience. Like there's a subconscious like, oh, that wasn't good.
Well, also Superman's supposed to save people.
Exactly.
Like he didn't save those people. They all died.
Yeah,
you know?
It puts a taint on things.
Yeah, it makes him look less heroic. So it looks like he's all about that building falling, but who knows?
Well, this looks like he's like maybe like the whole Brainiac thing. Maybe it's one of those things where Luthor's like forced to help Superman, and it's pissing him off, and he's got like a tear coming down his eye here.
But he's also beat up, like,
and he's beat up, and he looks pissed. Yeah,
he just came from some kind of blast or something because his clothes are all ripped up.
Like he's kind of like that, like if it is Brainiac, it's like, how dare you do this to me?
Yeah, this might not be against Superman; it could be against a third party.
Yeah,
but I like the high tech looking. Well, it's kind of high low tech, like his consoles back there. They don't look like very futuristic.
Yeah.
Okay, so they cut real quick, like maybe he could be looking at that screen with those like a kid with the flag and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Boravian amassing at border.
Yeah.
So they got the classic DC generic countries.
So I don't know what this is. They kind of make it like it could be that building, but I don't know. They're just kind of jumping all over the place. But remember, like the way it started, he's kind of thinking back. I do believe so. So is this Mr. Terrific? Who is this that's bashing through this?
I think that's like I honestly I think that's like Metallo or somebody. I think that's I think that's one of the Lex Luthor's creations or something like that.
Oh shit!
You see him later and they're fighting right there. That's him again.
Oh okay.
And maybe that's how he weakens him and puts him in the cage or whatever.
How'd you figure out that that's Metallo?
It just looks like a generic person until like maybe he gets the armor blasted off, and then you could see underneath it's like
a Warner Brothers generic.
but then underneath
Warner Brothers TV.
Yeah.
Well, whoever it is, it's freaking powerful because it's giving Superman, a run for his money. I kind of like the way they did his mask, where it's kind of like pasted to his face, and it's
like a
the
tech
nose
thing,
and
on
everything.
his face.
No,
Yeah.
the mask looks cool.
Yeah, I think they did that definitely right, because I haven't seen anything like that before.
Headless Sports he said people are saying that guy in the black suit is Ultraman.
I've seen that too. That because he's got a big U on his chest, that he might be
Ultraman. Oh my gosh, they might be biting off way more than they can chew on this movie.
Or he said, or the black costume character from the Authority. I don't think Midnighter is going to be anywhere near powerful enough to handle Superman.
I don't think they should bring any of those characters in.
Well, they're already bringing one of them in.
The engineer is in it.
Yeah, she's one of the characters in the movie.
Okay. Well, these are those film guys that we thought were those movie makers.
Yeah.
With the Hawaiian shirts on. So this is them, and that's the tents back there.
Oh,
and these are the LexCorp troopers right here.
Yeah.
Now, are they? Now, I was wondering, are these like? Because obviously they're wearing the Lex colors, or are they the science police?
I have no idea. It sounds like you got more research done than I did. That's really pretty. Some of this lighting and some of this is really, really well done. I hope it's not all digital. I hope they actually lit these scenes.
Art of Roy said he thinks it's Parasite in a containment suit.
I like that better.
That would explain why he's got similar powers to Superman. He's draining them.
And also, like all these monsters could tie back to that Stag Industries.
Stag or Cadmus, yeah.
So, I think this is still. Is this where that thing shot the flames at him? Is that what?
I think so.
Yeah. Out of it.
Yeah, Pablo, I agree. I'm really concerned that it was too much of a movie.
I love the DC
going back to the old school DC logo.
Yeah, I hated that other shit.
Oh, that one with like the ring around it.
The old DC logo is the best one.
It is.
Well, the one where it's like the C is pulled back to show the D or whatever.
Oh God, that was awful.
That was horrible. This is by far the best.
This is a classic.
Yeah. So anyway, you guys, I mean, what do you think? Like overall, are you excited?
I think they did what they wanted to do. They got fans excited, whether they're complaining about it or nitpicking, or they're excited about it legitimately. I would say everybody's talking about it. It's 6 months out from when the movie comes out. What do you want to have everybody do? You want them talking about the movie, whether they're pro, whether they're against, whether they're excited. They're like, I've seen like, oh, it looks like a CW TV show. And I've seen people say, oh, this looks cool. I love this. I love this. I love this. What you want is you want everybody talking about it one way or the other. I think mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or hate it, I'd say mission accomplished. They got everybody interested one way or the other.
Yeah. And but the thing is that also like this movie needs to hit, and it needs to hit big because the first thing that he did, they just did that what you call it, the Creature Commandos series, which is dog shit. So that's a failure right there.
But there was no money in that. It was animated.
And that was a secondary.
They can do that on a low budget. This is where they've got money in it, and then they want. I mean, Guy Gardner just screams Justice League.
You and me are not going to agree.
I'm sorry, man.
I understand, dude. I understand. We want different things. We want different things from Guy Gardner.
Yeah, I love the old Justice League with Guy Gardner, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Fire and Ice. And like, if this hits, I think that's going to be a thing too. I guess Supergirl.
She's in it.
No, but I guess Supergirl is like the next thing after this, and is it the Tom King? Did he write the one where she's out in space and it's like more of a fantasy movie than a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it's supposed to be similar to like the version of her they did in that animated Superman series just came out, where she might be raised by Brainiac or something like that.
Oh, see, some of that stuff I'm just not familiar with at all. Like,
I'll be honest with you, the
I wanna
actress
read
playing
this.
her.
I agree with Brian.
Yeah.
Something old.
Yeah.
Too much going on, but I want to believe the same, man. Like I really, it looks like a lot. But what I'm hoping is like, the stuff with Guy Gardner that Clint obviously is in love with. I'm hoping that that's just like a moment, right? It's like
I don't think it's the whole movie.
It's like Stag's, police force, and they're coming in there and they're just trying to, I don't know, stop Superman or help Superman or whatever the hell it's going to be. But it's just kind of a moment in time. And then like some of the other stuff, like it's just a flash, because usually how these trailers work is they don't really show you too much of the end. Most of the stuff is always taken from the first act.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking a lot of this stuff is from the first act of the movie. And then hopefully they can keep it focused. Pamela and I were talking about like modern movies, and that I think they're afraid to get into any like real themes and then actually play those themes out to their dramatic like conclusion. Like what is this about? Let's make it the 2-hour story. Like, is it man versus machine? Is it this? Is it that? And then play that theme out. I think they don't really trust the audience as much, and they just want to throw a bunch of shit at you, like just constantly eye candy, eye candy, eye candy. So then, like the through line isn't really that clear. So the emotional through line doesn't translate through the entire movie, and so I think that that's what becomes problematic with this. Like James Gunn, Pamela and I just rewatched the first Guardians. That movie is flawless, but thematically it sets it up and then it plays the theme throughout the movie. It doesn't change directions midway. It doesn't, it introduces new characters, but in an organic way that fits, the trajectory to the conclusion of the story. Some of these movies, they just don't do that. And by the third act, it just becomes a huge CG fest, and you lose all the emotional hook, all that stuff that you had set up. And so that's my big fear with these movies, that they just keep introducing stuff. But then how do you connect all that into some like 2-hour narrative? Like it becomes harder and harder and harder. But he did do it with Guardians, the first Guardians. What makes me worried about James Gunn is Guardians 2.
Guardians 2. Guardians 3 was better than Guardians 2, but Guardians 2 was terrible.
But the thing about Guardians 3 is it did kind of go back to that emotional hook from the first one. But I thought it was kind of unnecessary, because I thought they had set it up so well and paid it off so well in the first movie that we didn't necessarily need to see those things. So it almost felt like it was a retelling, but it was really, really good. And it was very satisfactory. It did bring a lot of satisfaction. And then I was thinking, how he left the movie, spoiler alert, where the team is no longer kind of intact, like Star-Lord isn't, and then Gamora isn't there anymore. It's like, that's perfect. Like if you're a creator, I'm sure you guys can relate to this. It's like, they're not your babies, but if you do something like that, then your Guardians of the Galaxy is always going to exist, right? So everybody's going to remember that version of the Guardians. Whatever they do later, that's not his. But those 3 movies with those characters is. So I think it's kind of a smart move to kind of distance yourself from it and then just go, this is mine. This will be yours going forward. And I thought it was pretty genius. I thought 3 had a good ending. They wrapped up everything that they had set up from the first one. And you're right, Bob. It was way better than the second. The second movie was kind of one of those clusterfucks, I think, as a narrative. But I mean, that's my big fear with Superman moving forward, is it's just going to be too much. And I think like the way they did the first Iron Man, just create a good one-off adventure. You know what I mean? Don't get too obsessed with like bringing, the Justice League and all this other stuff in, and just kind of make it self-contained. And then if it's a success, then you can build off of it. But I think that's a lot of pressure to put on one single movie. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, we got to bring all this shit in because we got to set up the universe.
They're well past that. They it's like no, get us an MCU in one movie, and then let us have like 5 things we can spin off of it in the next 2 years. Yeah.
Well, I thought that was the worst aspect of the Zack Snyder stuff too, because I really do think, and I'm not a big Zack Snyder fan, but I do think Zack Snyder had an idea how he was going to build the DC universe, and I don't think the way it happened was the way he wanted it to happen.
No, he ran into, what was that guy's name? That guy who's the head of Warner Brothers at the time, Harada, or I think his name,
James Harada or something,
something like that. Yeah, he butted heads with that dude. He was butting heads with that dude. He was butting heads with Jeff Johns, and like that's what caused a lot of the problems with it. That guy was the main reason why everything was dark. He was like because he wanted everything to be dark. And he also was the one who put the time
true. I think Zack Snyder's a dark.
Well,
I've read that he actually said he does not believe in altruism.
No, he doesn't. Well, no, he doesn't. But
that's a dark fucking guy.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the lighting and the colors and the suits, stuff like that.
The art, the art.
He wanted everything to be dingy, kind of like he wanted everything to be Gotham City. The other thing too is he's the guy that put the time limit on the movies. He said that they couldn't be any longer than 2 hours, and that's it.
Yeah, well, I agree. I don't think I think if you can tell the story, you should be able to tell it in 2 hours.
Well, I would rather than put an extra 15, 20 minutes on the movie than.
No, I'd rather them sit and craft a story that they don't have to be sloppy with. I mean, movies have been done in the past 2 hours, under 2 hours.
I understand that, but
I think it's a creative crutch, and I disagree with it. I think sometimes it can work, but I think modern way of looking at it, I don't think it helps it. I think it just prolongs. It becomes self-indulgent, and some of these scenes go too long, or they'll put a scene in the movie that really should be cut. And so I do think 2 hours is better. I'm sorry, Bob.
Hey, agree to disagree, man. It's okay. That's why we're here. But the things I liked about this was I liked the color. I liked the fact that it's bright.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's who Superman is. He's supposed to be bright. I like the fact that they brought back a more, at least with the trunks and everything, it's more of a classic, more like the classic look. They stopped trying to do like the belt thing and all that shit like that. The guy playing him, Cornsmith, he's better. He looks better as Superman than I thought he was going to.
He looks like he can pull it off.
He looks like he could pull it off. Yeah.
They didn't show much in the trailer, but yeah, he does look like he can pull it off.
I like the cast for the most part. You like Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, that works. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, that works. Like I said, the guy playing Pa Kent, not the guy that I would go with, but he's a really, really good actor.
Yeah.
So, and then just like the other people they have in the cast, if Alan Tudyk is playing Brainiac, holy shit,
it'll be good.
That's going to be awesome because that dude's an amazing actor.
Yeah, and he's good at these CG type of things.
He's good at the mocap. He's good with the voices.
Yeah.
So like, and then like, just like the idea of like bringing more comic book stuff into the movie, like with Crypto. That needs to be there. That needs to be there. The things I don't like. Okay, and the score, like if they're going with, I don't know why they don't just have Williams come in and then do an updated version of the original score.
Because he's like 90 years old.
Well, he did the Star Wars shit. I mean, I'm sure he would do this. And like I said, I like the cast. Nathan Fillion's a great actor. I like Nathan Fillion.
Wait, I want to see Clint's
Yeah.
face. Clint bowed out. Nathan Fillion is great, but what the fuck did they do to his hair?
Yeah, the thing that worries me is I think that Guy is going to be more of a goofball character in this rather than like I liked Rebirth Guy, where he was a smart ass, and he was kind of an asshole, but he was more of a badass.
You got to make him functional. You got to make him functional.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I kind of like the more military take on the character. You know, when he had the flat top and stuff like that.
He's
'cause he was
schizophrenic. He's been so many different types of heroes. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is really strange.
Frank Grillo is playing Rick Flag in this movie. The guy that's playing Mr. Terrific is a good actor. So the cast is really good. So the cast is good. What I don't like I said, is I still think the suit looks bad. Okay.
I've seen a still of it. It doesn't look that bad.
I don't like the baggy suit. I don't like the piping on it because it reminds me of that Jim Lee version that they did in New 52. And
it's like armor.
The whole piping and thing, it's unnecessary. It doesn't need to be there. I hate what they're doing with Guy. I understand that some people like that version of him. I don't like it.
You've already said that.
I understand that. I'm just reiterating it. And then the uniforms. Shut the hell up. I'll say whatever the hell I want to say. I hate Guy Gardner in this movie. He looks like a putz. I don't like that they are all wearing the same uniform. I think one of the things that I like about heroes is that they all have their own unique look.
I think they're trying to unify them as a group. I
understand that. I just think that, like I said, they look really
Guy Gardner was never meant to be a cool character, and that's what I love about Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner was never meant to be the hero. Guy Gardner was never meant to be the likable character. Like, Guy Gardner is an ass, and that's what I love about Guy Gardner.
Because the thing is when Nathan Fillion does humor, he goes so over the freaking top. He's so over the top with it.
I'm fine with it.
I don't like the chick that they cast as Supergirl. It's have you seen House of the Dragon, the first season? She's the one who plays the trailer, though. She's the one who plays the young. No, well, but she's the one who plays the younger princess. Dude, I think she's fugly.
Let's spend more time on all the stuff that Bob doesn't like.
Well, I want to hear what Todd has to say. Like, we haven't got Todd.
Yes, Todd. Todd.
One thing, it's not a damsel in distress movie, which we've had enough of that.
That's true.
Yeah,
you know, get all your feminists there.
Certainly, a lot of characters in it. I don't know that if that'll pull together well, but let's hope. But here's what I didn't like about the trailer. Is you got these visuals that are going, and then you stop, and you have words there that say from the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
That's bullshit to me.
But it's marketing 101. It's like,
remind everybody knows who James Gunn is. We don't need to list his resume on the screen.
People have busy lives, Todd. People forget, and it's like, remember you like
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Come watch this movie too.
It's kind of
you're a
counterproductive.
DC
That's
movie.
Wait, hold on. It's kind of counterproductive because you're publicizing Marvel.
Right.
Like if you're a rival company, you don't go, hey, here's a list of great movies that this guy did for our competition. It did feel kind of counterintuitive to me as well, Todd.
Right.
When I saw that, I was like, yeah, put James Gunn's name up there, but not necessarily like, a resume.
Ted Zarok was like Clint works for DC
or whatever. I mean, that's a hit for them. I mean, it's an accidental hit because you have a character that isn't affable, but you made him affable, and you picked the most affable person on the planet, and that's John Cena. He's very affable, so it all worked. But it's not a horrible show, but it has a tone, and that tone isn't probably the same as the movies are going to be. I'd say.
I hope so.
I will say this good about the movie is that the tone looked right. That is a big departure
It felt more like a comic
from
book.
the movies of the past. I mean, it is clearly a declaration that this is not Zack Snyder. So this is not that DC universe moving forward. The new DC or the new old DC logo for the cinematic stuff is great. I like that they tied it back, like with the fonts, to the Chris Reeve stuff. I like that the music was, the John Williams theme from that, even though the guitar stuff was a little cheesy, maybe overdone, but it's all kind of there and it's not really in your face. So if it doesn't really work for you, it's not a deal breaker. You know what I mean? It's just kind of there. It's more subtle there. And what I'm hoping is with all the characters is that if everything can move in the same direction, so thematically, story-wise, that these billion of characters go along on the same journey and it all kind of flows into each other, not like flows, stops, goes into a departure, comes back and goes like a lot of these movies do. They kind of come back and forth. As long as it can keep moving. Like if you think about the first Star Wars movie, it's the perfect film because it keeps building. Like it builds upon itself and then gives you the conclusion to the story that is massive. It's huge, right? And so as long as you can kind of have that kind of build and that all these characters kind of work, not necessarily together, that's the wrong term, but with the story, they work together to tell the story. It will work. So even if you introduce a character and he's only got like a minute of screen time, as long as it's thematically goes with the flow of the story, it will work. So my biggest fear is that there's just going to be too many of like scenes like, hey, we're going to establish these guys, but it's not going to have anything to do with the real story proper. Or we're going to show these guys and it doesn't have anything to do with it. Like as long as it can keep moving forward, it's fine. It is a DC universe. So these are characters that exist within the DC universe. My last thought about it is I don't like when you do, okay, this is the first Superman adventure. We're starting the new DCU. This is what I feel strongly about. I don't want to see any other superheroes in this universe. I want to see Superman. That's it. We can build off of it later. But like Iron Man was kind of a one and done. At the end, the credit scene, you said there's a much bigger universe that you're tapping into, right? So Fury made reference to this other stuff, right? But it wasn't in that story. So for me, if Superman is the first hero, the first, superhero, then I would like to see a one and done with just Superman. And then maybe at the end or something like that, or a credit scene, say, here's a bigger universe, or set something up, but not overtly in the story itself. Because I do feel strong, like what DC has with this character that no one else has, is that Superman is the one that gave birth to the superhero. Right. Yeah. I mean, everybody says
he's the epicenter of the DC universe.
Right. And everything else, even the Marvel.
Yeah. He's the original hero.
He's the original superhero.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So the thing is,
greatest hero of any age.
That's personal. That's how I feel about the character. But, like executives and things being what they are, they probably wanted way more stuff to market, merchandise, all those other things, and to fall back on these other characters. So to me, it shows that you don't really have, you don't have a lot of faith in just Superman. But anyway, that's my take. So Todd, you look like you want to say something.
No, sorry.
No.
Todd's just got that. It's like that. I don't give a shit face.
Yeah. But yeah,
no, I agree though.
Yeah, I think the movie. I agree with Clint. Like, there's a lot of excitement about it. It's been like tweeted and retweeted and posted and talked about, all through the day. Most of the stuff I've read are either kind of on the fence or really in favor of. I've heard a couple
negatives,
really, really down negative things. But if you look at their channels and kind of their perspective on things, That's exactly what would come out of
Ethan didn't like it.
Oh, Ethan didn't like it?
No.
Yeah.
He said I'm not feeling it. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, man, I want this thing to be good. I'm not rooting for this to fail. I'm not rooting for Gunn to fail. I don't do that. I just, like I said, Hollywood has burned us so many times in the last like 6 or 7 years. And especially when it comes to DC, it just seems like they're just trying to jump. They're so desperate to create their universe that they don't understand that you got to start with those single movies first.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, there's been a whole Snyderverse, and then not that far before there was Superman Returns,
right?
And like one of the things we bitch about is like, oh God, I don't need to see Batman's origin story again.
Right.
Oh, I don't need to see Superman's origin story again. And I think a little bit of the thought with this is we've had Superman movies for decades.
Yep.
We've had Justice League movies for the last 10 years. We've established there's a DC universe, there's a Justice League, there's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, whatever. And there's just a little bit of let's not start from point A with this Superman movie. Let's start from point B. Superman exists. There's a Justice League. There's a Wonder Woman. There's a Batman. There's other superheroes in the universe. Let's not start from step one. Let's not retread all this business. Everybody knows there's a DC universe. Everybody knows there's a Marvel universe now. All these normies that aren't hardcore comic book fans, but that like to go see superhero movies, know that there are other superheroes in the universe.
Right.
Let's start from point B instead of starting from point A.
I completely agree. Yeah,
Superman exists, and there are other superheroes in the universe.
That's why I wanted to see. I want to see Brainiac. Like one of the things about Superman in the pitch, the beginning pitch was action adventure. It's an action adventure sci-fi humor. Those were the things that were used to describe Superman. There was also humor. That was there, the Siegel and Schuster stuff. So there's one thing about Superman that they don't get the sci-fi aspects. Like I want to see, like I mean the Zack Snyder thing had an alien invasion and stuff like that. I'll give you that, but it wasn't that interesting. But like Brainiac, that to me, Hollywood special effects guys, shit, dude, you're giving them their wet dream, like to design and create all that shit. And one of the things that we did in the comic books is that Brainiac was Krypton's original computer system, right? That goes rogue. Like, fuck, man, that is a great idea. Like, you could make even a first Superman movie based on that.
He's Skynet.
Right.
It's Krypton's AI. Krypton's AI.
He's Skynet.
You could slowly start bringing in Luthor around that. You don't have to, like, I know Luthor and Superman are like arch nemesis and all that stuff, but like you said, Clint, we've seen that dynamic a billion times. We don't need to see it anymore. But you could see how he reacts to this. Because it's not just Superman, it's also this computer that came from Krypton, and then, you got crypto, you got all this stuff, so you could kind of already initiate, like, and then you have, what's her name, Supergirl, so you already have like this whole Kryptonian thing that's happening, and you could establish that at the very beginning. And I just think visually, Brainiac would be an amazing character.
Well, I think.
Wait, I just gonna say one more.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
If you could make that fucking skull ship work, oh my gosh,
dude! They made the freaking head from nowhere work.
Oh my god,
dude! But the thing is, like if they did kind of like a combination of like the original thing of a Brainiac, where he was the AI that went rogue on Krypton, and what they did with him in the Justice League, where he and Luthor kind of like Luthor's trying to use him and everything, and then he ends up using Luthor. If they did something like this in this movie, because it looks like whatever's going on with Luthor at one point, it looks like he's been betrayed and he's pissed. So if they did something like that, where he got his hands on that piece of Kryptonian technology, maybe it's like they did in the Justice League, where they had like the clone of Supergirl. Maybe they have Supergirl. Maybe that's maybe that's how they introduced her in the movie, that they've got her and that she's like what he's basing all of his tech and stuff off of.
What you could do is that Superman, like I always like that Superman is trying to keep something away from Luthor.
From Luthor,
right?
yeah, and then
So
Luthor gets a little bit of that
trying
tech.
to get this technology, and then Superman is like trying to get that technology back.
Yeah,
all the time battling Brainiac.
All this speculation, and all these theories, and like the trailer worked, man.
Yeah, it did exactly what it was meant to do.
Trailer worked in spades.
One thing that I like,
it or you want to nitpick it, trailer worked in spades.
So one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that Mrs. Tessmacher's back in this.
Oh yeah. I want to see that too.
She's
I always like Miss Tessmacher.
She's
you know what I mean.
Oh god, what's the chick's name? Let me see if I can find it. Oh shit, Sarah.
Miss Tessmacher.
Yeah, she's playing. Yeah, I think she's playing the less goofy version of her, but she is playing Tessmacher.
God, what was the rent for that underground lair that Luthor had on
the classic villain underground lair?
Yeah, was it a Times Square? That was
something
awesome,
like that.
man.
Yeah,
with its own pool.
The chick they got for her she's not bad looking either. She's much more ethnic though. She looks like
the original one was that Valerie.
She looks very. I think she looks Brazilian or something.
Somebody pull a picture up of her.
I've got her right. I've got a picture of her.
Don't knock Otis. Don't knock Otis, Darren.
Yeah, Darren Wagner says as long as they bring back Otis.
Otis.
I think someone is playing Otis.
I hope so.
A guy named Terrence Rosemore. It's a black dude. He's playing Otis.
Okay. Oh. So they didn't race swap him.
So let me see if I can find a good picture of.
I got to show this while you're looking for that, Bob. I don't know if you guys know this, but this documentary right here, I'm in. A lot.
Art.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this was who's the documentarian? He's like this famous dude. Bryan Singer brought this together, and Kevin Spacey narrates it. It's Kevin Burns, the documentarian. And so there's two segments in this. If you guys haven't seen it, look up in the sky. And this came out, and it went along with the movie, the Brandon Routh one. And there's a segment where we get into the wedding of Lois and Clark, and we get into the death of Superman. So, no, mine is not the death of Superman. It's the wedding of Lois and Clark. So it's the engagement and the wedding. So those two segments. Is this her right here, Bob?
That's the chick playing Miss Tessmacher.
Oh well, there you go. Make it bigger.
I'm trying. I'll try.
Yowza.
Yeah, she's a Portuguese actress or model actress. Yeah.
We won't hold that against.
Pretty face.
Yeah. That could work.
Yeah,
that could work. But anyway, you guys,
job done.
Yeah. To wrap it up real quick, I had like, what are your favorite Superman Christmas adventures? So I can start real quick just to get you guys, give you some time to find stuff if you haven't. So here it is. So I did. Every year when I was working on Superman, we did these Christmas episodes.
Oh God, this isn't the one where the car runs into the tree, is it?
No. That will come later. I think this one was the first one. So this delves into homelessness. So homeless for the holidays. Brought to you by Dan Jurgens and RT Bear. So the cool thing is you can see these pages. They're awesome. Yeah.
Oh God, I loved your guys' art together, man. You and Dan.
What number is this?
This is 462 of Adventures of Superman.
You and Dan together were such an unappreciated team. Like you guys were like John Byrne and Austin, man.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
I loved you guys together.
Yeah, thanks. I hated the Brainiac and like our take on Brainiac.
Oh yeah, it was
some kind of
it was the Carney side
Exactly.
villain with twisting his mustache.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was literally a mustache twirling villain. So then, oh yeah, Bob's back. Good luck, Clark. Surprise. Merry Christmas. Mistletoe with there's Cat. You know,
Oops, sorry.
and so then everybody's happy, and then oh, the dark truth. One of the women that's working at the Daily Planet lost everything, and so she's been sleeping in the broom closet.
Oh, I've got this issue. Sorry.
So then this is kind of the end where Clark brings her home to meet, because I think Jonathan and Martha are still alive in this
Mm-hmm.
in our version. Yeah. So then here at the end, I wish I could blow this up, but I think
I
on
know.
one of
I
these
want to zoom in. I'm
is our
dig
yeah.
the comics out.
'Cause even when this
Oh,
one
there we go.
There you go.
yeah. So you get to see them all here, and look at the pattern I put on good old Jonathan Kent. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys, yeah. So we did that every year. We would do the Superman, kind of thing. But let me find the other one. This was the one that you referenced. Clint, this one cracks me up.
Oh, the driving to the tree.
Yeah, the cover just is like horrible. Like
it's awful.
his dead girlfriend.
Oh yeah, dude, this one was brutal, man.
Oh, it was awful.
I like that I couldn't have signed our name any bigger. DJ and AT. I wanted to make sure we got credit for this car.
The body just hanging out of the driver's seat.
And then there's a bottle of booze right next to it.
Yeah, isn't this the one where like the dude he survived it or something like that? He's like all guilty about it and shit.
No, it's Clark himself.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's the guy that feels guilty for it. Yeah.
Oh, it's been so long since I've read
So
this.
these are nicer scans. They're all cleaned up and everything.
Oh yeah, they look. Yeah, they are. You guys, man, I loved your inks on Dan. You guys were so clean.
Look at I just put Clark in a silhouette, like the top of his body as he's walking off. Is this all? This is all you can see, though. So we don't get into the flashback frat party. That's my favorite, where they're all boozing up and everything.
Oh God, I got to dig all these issues back out of my long boxes.
But remember, like the 80s, early 90s were all about messaging. It's like, oh, we're going to deal with homelessness. Oh, we're going to deal with drinking and driving.
Alcoholism, drinking and driving. Yeah, that was.
Takey said that.
Let's just save them for the Christmas issue and bring everybody down.
Takey said you went all Zack Snyder for the Christmas issue.
I think this is hilarious, Takey Frankie. This is a quote of the night. Art went full Zack Snyder for the Christmas.
Just killing everybody.
Yeah, the interiors look great, but the subject matter is not for the sake of art.
When you turned it into the editor, they had to be like, "Damn, all right."
Yeah, I blame the Christmas Carol. It's like that walks the fine line, right? But then everything that came after that, they didn't quite understand the fine line, so they just go freaking hardcore, right? They just go like way.
Was that Dan and Carlin? Was Dan writing and Carlin kind of like those two probably hand in hand for those?
Yeah, Dan wrote it. I just think it was kind of the overall feeling of the time, We Are the World and USA for Africa and all this stuff,
Superman needs to send a message out to make everybody be better than they could be,
Right. So it's kind of like
I get it
today, but not. I mean, heavy-handed, but not in the same.
That
way.
was like '90s version of woke. It was like, we're gonna send a message. We're not gonna be like, but we're gonna try and send the message. Now woke is like hammer you over the head with it until you like give up.
But also, woke hammers you over the head. But it also says if you don't agree with us, we're going to destroy you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This was a little bit more subtle. This is a little bit more subtle times. This is where we met in the middle a little bit better than we do now.
Oh, oh, it came out in November. November 27th, 1990, it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
90s
1990.
90s was what the my favorite one was the one where Superman was reading all the letters from people asking him for stuff. And like one of them was the lady lost her sister in Auschwitz or something like that, and she asked him to bring her back and stuff like that. So there was another kind of downer at the same time, you know, and like another guy wanted to be like he wanted to go into business with him because he could make diamonds out of coal and stuff like that. So, but it was like just like it was one of those things where he's reading these letters, and it's like some of the stuff he could do, but some of the stuff he can't.
This wasn't Christmas. I like the Lobo issues you guys did.
Oh, Lobo.
Oh,
There was
Superman
another
Lobo
one.
first time. That was good stuff there.
There was another one where it was
whatever it
was it Wonder Woman and Superman were trying to find a gift for Batman, and they're like what do you get for the guy that has everything, you know?
I love the DC universe. Like only in DC when they go, you know, let's look for a present for Bruce Wayne.
And then they realize that our friendship is the best thing we could get him, so we'll make him hang out with us for Christmas.
Exactly.
And Bruce is probably like, God damn it, I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah. If I wanted a family, I would have bought one.
Yeah. I already bought like 3 friggin' orphans, man. I could go buy the entire orphanage.
But
Make them all sing for me.
If you're like a husband and wife combo, and the husband has a best friend who's single, the wife is gonna 100%. We
set him up.
We have to get him a Christmas present. He's all alone for the holiday. Like that's totally.
One woman goes to Paradise Island and gets Artemis. It's like two sour people.
Did any of you read Deathbringer, Hawkworld, or Hawkman? Vendetti and Hitch?
I never read Hawkman.
I wonder if that would be a good movie. Because that's like showing Hawkworld where there's many Hawkmen.
I'm sure James Gunn is looking through all the old stuff because he's an actual comic book fan, and I mean a lot of the stuff I think he's already read. So like he's picking, he's got, I mean 60, 70 years to pick from the choice stories.
Is that the one? Was that the one where they instead of them being mystical, they were from Thanagar?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was during that time period. Okay.
Yeah, it was the Thanagar stuff. I remember I never read it, but
yeah.
I kind of like that idea better because it opens up their world a lot better.
But it was a little bit more like Green Lantern where there was multiple Hawkmen and
right.
Yeah. And
it was sent through the universe.
It was a tech thing instead of mystical.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're not passing on this mantle through death or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But I gotta go, guys. I'm being summoned to help my family here.
Me and Todd will hold it up.
Yes, sir.
Until Art gets back.
Everybody, like I said, looking
happy Hanukkah.
Yeah. Happy Hanukkah. But,
Merry Christmas, Bob.
Merry Christmas, guys,
Merry Christmas,
and we'll probably see you in the next year. Take it easy, guys.
See you, Bob.
So yeah, the Vendetti did a good Green Lantern run that I liked.
And that's pretty recent. Venditti was on there, in the last 5-6 years or something?
Yeah, that was with Rafa Sandoval.
Was he the guy that did Surrogates, or was he the guy that teamed up with that did the movie Surrogates?
Surrogates?
I haven't read any of Venditti's comics, but there was a movie called Surrogates.
With Keanu Reeves, right?
No, who was it? It was Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, yeah.
Where they all had like robot bodies and everybody was just stationed in their apartment, plugged into the robot body, which was like a perfect version of them. Right. Was that Venditti or was it the guy that he wrote with? Because I know Venditti was like a lot of times DC will like team somebody up who's a movie script writer and they'll team them up with a comic book person for their first comic book projects because they don't know how to write comic book scripts.
Right.
But I can't remember. I'd have to Google it. It doesn't matter. Sorry.
I'm gonna show some cool blasts from the past since we're kind of doing the Superman thing, and then we're gonna share some of our crowdfunders. So let me see, where are we? Boom, there we go. Here we go. Boom. Can you guys see this? This
Oh,
is
yeah.
hilarious. Yeah, I love the old typeface. I love the old, look at the kids and everything. Like the kids are like, they're right from a photograph, like, you know, uh, I like the little blonde girl in pigtails that's just staring out in space. Like, what are they looking at? Like, they're not looking at Santa or Superman. So I'm not sure what is really going on here. It says Kenny's Boy Shop, Christmas Adventures. So I don't know. Or Kennedy's Boys Shop. I don't know what that is. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
But yeah, so there's that. And then there's this one here. I like this of the floating kid. They're both our children, and I love them equally. But it breaks my heart that Cal will never have superpowers like his brother Jor. Daddy,
Wow.
Jor, not
Wow.
fair. Him taking candy can't reach.
That's so weird that forecasts Lois and Clark there, where one of them has powers right off the bat, and the other
I
one
like
doesn't.
that. Also, it doesn't say it's Lois. It puts her in a shadow.
Oh, they always wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't say, "Hey, Lois." It says they're both our children. So I think it's probably one of those Elseworlds tales, if they even get into the details of the story.
Well, in the 50s, they always did. They didn't call it what ifs like Marvel did, but there were so many like what if stories
Right.
that DC did, especially with Superman.
You think back to that, by the way, because when I was a kid, I used to read All-Star Squadron and stuff. So you're looking at a Superman, he's got gray on the side, and next day in this other book he doesn't. It was just weird.
They weren't limited by continuity. They didn't worry about the continuity back then because the fans didn't have that. Like comics is always affected by outside sources, and like early on, like they were just doing whatever. Like let's what if Superman did this? What if Superman did that? That was what writers were pitching to editors. They weren't worried about like, oh, what if Superman does this in one comic? How will it affect what Superman's doing in another comic? They were thinking about it like realistic people. Like we're making up stories. What matter? Who cares what Superman does in this story? Because this is a different story in this other comic book, Well,
they weren't hung up on continuity.
Yeah.
But I love this Superman face. That is, to me, this is Superman right here.
Classic Superman.
Yeah.
Everything's all squared off. Even he doesn't have much of like the back of the head and the neck. There isn't much of a deviation between the two planes. It's almost like a straight line all the way up. I love this. I love this stuff. But yeah, you guys, the new trailer, it looks good. I'm really hoping, and what else I'm hoping is it is because it's Superman. So if Superman can actually, bring back not only Warner Brothers, DC Comics, but just maybe people's faith in these superhero films to go, pay some money and go down and watch these movies. That would be great. I know it's putting a lot of pressure.
There's so much pressure on them, man.
Yeah, it almost doesn't seem fair. But the thing is, he accepted the responsibility. He accepted the job. So, he's got to be more aware of it than we are. So I do hope he works. I hope the movie is good. And yeah, because I'd like to go see a good movie for a change.
And I'd like to see more good DC movies after this. So I want this to be a success so that they kind of get greenlit for more stuff because I think there's a lot of potential there.
Oh, yeah, there's an entire universe that they haven't even really tapped into. And, for right or wrong, I mean, James Gunn might be the guy, might not. But James Gunn's also said that he's going to work with other people. So, you know what I mean? Like if he's not right to write a Batman story, then, he'll find somebody that can. You know what I mean? So he's not saying it's all going to be him. That's going to be the creative, juices that make the DC universe work. He's going to use other people and work with other people. So I think that's a good thing.
Mhm.
I think a great way, because we haven't seen this yet, a great way to start a Batman film, like if you're going with the first film, is from a Robin perspective, or start with Robin.
Mm.
And that's, you don't have to, you know what I mean? You're already
It'd be
into
definitely a new angle than they've taken on any of
right.
us.
You're already into like a year 5 Batman, and not, you know what I mean? You're not worried about.
Well, I think that's what they're going to do, because he announced Batman and Robin, right? That's going to be the Batman film.
I think so. I think that is the case, is Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the Garth Morrison, or not Grant Morrison run on there with him and Frank Quietly. I don't know if that's, because I don't know if it might be Damian. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah,
but
I think that's all up in the air.
Let's start wrapping this stuff up. So the reason for the season, some people think it's Christmas, but it's really Black and White Volume 3, Sins of the Father. Here is the best video for a comic book you will ever see. Woo! That's right. All right, you guys, we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Black and White. Came out 30 years ago. Image Comic Books. We did our mini-series run, and we sold over 500,000 copies. So 500,000 books, you guys. Nothing to sneeze at. And now we're back. We're still telling stories. Hack Shack presents Black and White, Sins of the Father. This is the main cover here. We're going to get into some of the MI10 Reed Blackett backstory in this series. So we got issue 3 and 4. That is part 1, part 2 of Sins of Father. And we're going to London for this one. We're going to get into the MI10, some of Reed's allies, some of his counter spies. The organization, all that kind of stuff. And of course, White is along for the ride, and we got Gray there, and we got robot battles and epic supernatural stuff. We got a Voldoon priestess that raises the dead, and we got an immortal that wants the whole Blackett lineage gone, eradicated from the face of the earth. So we got writers. We got Aaron Sparrow, myself, Pamela T. Bear, and we got breakdowns by Alan Patrick and dazzling finishes by myself, and beautiful, amazing colors by Brian A. Mag. This is 64 pages, you guys. You are going to want to read this, put it in your collection. We also have, just like we did last campaign, we had a secondary book. So we're doing that with this campaign as well. These are the high octane one and done animated adventures. So the first one did very, very well last campaign. So we brought it back, and so far so good. We got Pedro Eng, and he's going to be doing the writing, penciling, inking, and coloring, and the pages. He just turned 3 pages in, I think, earlier in the week, and they look absolutely fantastic. So Pedro's back for High Octane 2. Here's some of the interiors. We got 4 jaw-dropping covers. We got A, which is the main cover. We got B, which is outselling everything. And then we got the Carlo Barberi cover, which I think we sold a few this week, or got a few backers for that. And We're going to announce the D cover, who's going to be working on that, probably after the first of the year. I'm going to push it back a little bit and keep you guys on the edge of your seats. And when it hits, it's going to hit. It's going to hit big, you guys. So here's a better shot of the B cover. Here is the Carlo Barberi cover. And also, you guys, we got a new big bad for this, and it's her name's Juju. And so you can get this amazing 11 by 17 print. We got the stretch goals here at 20K. We got the trading card. 25, we got the 30th anniversary sticker. 35, we got an upgrade for the paper stock on the cover and in tiers. And 40, we got the 30th anniversary patch. And if you guys know anything about these Hack Shack campaigns, those patches freaking rock. Like I hate to, well, you know what? I'm going to pat myself on the back. These stretch goals, you guys, with the Hack Shack campaigns are absolutely amazing. So let's keep these backings going so we can get up to these stretch goals. So at 55, we have the Spot UV. And so after that, who knows? Let's go to the total. I think we're close to that 20K. So 18,437. So we got 242 backers. There's always room for more, you guys. So please, if you like what you see, go in there, back it. The link is in the description. Past Master Dan just dropped. Oh, that's Oodles. He just dropped the Sins of the Father Volume 3 link there. So click that bad boy. And one last thing I know Clint wants to. Clint, did you close down your your Blue Bombshell? Okay.
Yeah, we're in demand now. So it is.
We'll get into that, but I got one more thing I want to show.
Go for it.
Before we go there, let's see if I can find this. Got all these tabs open. All right, you guys. So if you got your updates, which we sent one out today, I do believe we preview this page right here. So this is what you can expect with Black and White Volume 3. This is the level of work, detail, love, and action adventure that you can only get in a black and white comic. So this is our Indiana Jones stand-in, and he is probably not going to make it for the next page, but who knows? You never know. So we got like swamp zombies. We got like all kinds of venomous snakes. And so this guy's not on the up and up. So we'll see what happens to him. We pull back. Usually when you pull back and you hear a scream, that usually means the worst. And so that's probably what's going to happen in that last panel. But you guys, this is what you're going to, what you can expect for Black and White Sins of the Father Volume 3. So I hope you like it. And if you do, please go and back a copy tonight. Do it. Oh, we lost Todd.
I think we lost Todd. Yeah, disappeared. So yeah, Blue Bombshell is in demand now. We've closed down the main campaign while I'm working on the book, but it is in demand. We're just $19 away from hitting 17,000.
Wow.
So, yep. So this is in demand. It'll stay.
So that's one backer pretty much, right?
One backer will push us over 17,000.
So you guys, let's get one backer for Blue Bombshell returns tonight.
Absolutely.
And let's flip that total over to 17K. That would be awesome, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So so this will be in demand. I'm working on pages now. I was drawing pages today. They're turning out great. I got this kind of really fun, crazy storyline for Blue Bombshell and I'm going to start after probably the next 2 weeks over Christmas. I'm just going to be drawing, but probably after January 1st, I'll start posting some more of the art so everybody can kind of check that out and see where the storyline is going. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. But yeah, in demand. So if you haven't backed it yet, you still do have a chance to get the book. I'm going to keep them open and in demand while I'm working on it. But once I get kind of close to the end, I'm going to be closing it down. But I'll play the trailer here. We can
the trailer's great. I love the AKA.
Very jazzy. Up tempo.
Yeah, you know what it makes me want to do? It makes me want to back a copy of Blue Bombshell. That's what it makes me want to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't had a chance to check this project out now, it is In Demand on Indiegogo. Go check it out. I think some of the guys were throwing links in the chat there. So click the link and definitely check it out.
Okay, so Todd said Freddie needs to pee. Yeah, I took a break too, and it broke Bob, so Bob had to take off. So anyways, you guys, I hope everybody's having a wonderful Christmas season. Getting some shopping done, hanging out with look at that, friends and family. Just good times all the way around. When is Christmas? What day next?
Next Wednesday.
Okay, so it's on a Pontificator's night. So this will be our Christmas episode for you guys as well. So all the fans of the Pontificators, Merry Christmas, you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. Not just the show, but all of our, our campaigns, things like that. We do appreciate it. We are nothing without you, without your support. So the only reason Blue Bombshell can exist is because of you guys backing. Same with Black and White, Chrono Mechanics, Oodles of Doodles, and other stuff too. By the way, Oodles, the campaign is fulfilled. All the books are out.
Oh wow!
I'm working on the commissions right now. I think there's just a handful of commissions left, and so those are going out daily. Keep in mind that campaign is in demand as well. And if you back a book now, boom, they're done. They'll go out. And you'll get your copy within a couple days. So here's Oodles of Doodles. It's all done and ready to be enjoyed by you guys. So anyways, everybody, thanks again, and have a wonderful night and an amazing, amazing Christmas. So take care. See you next week or the following week.